It seems that America keeps trying to fix spiritual problems with political tools, and we wonder why everything feels cracked and hollow. Let's talk about that for a moment. Hello, friends. I'm Scott Lloyd, scholar of race, religion, culture, and communication. If you ever felt like your faith was formed in a pressure cooker, fear here, shame there, and don't ask any questions sprinkled on top, well, welcome home. In the book, Divided by Faith by Michael Emerson and Christian Smith, something hit me like a thunderclap the first time that I read it. Their research shows that while American evangelicals didn't just inherit a divided society, they helped build it and maintain it, often without realizing it. Not because they were uniquely evil, but because their worldview was shaped around individualism, free will, and deep suspicion of systemic injustice. In other words, if you believe every problem is personal, you'll never notice the systems that are shaping the whole neighborhood and society. And that's the heart of their argument. It's not just our churches that were segregated. Our theology was segregated. Our imagination was segregated. Our explanations for suffering and inequality were narrowed down to personal morality and choices, while whole communities were being crushed under policies, economies, and history. Growing up Pentecostal, I didn't have a language for that. I just knew that something felt off when people preached holiness and dress codes harder than they preached about compassion. We feared everything, sin, Satan, secular music, but we never feared injustice. In fact, we barely talked about it. But Emerson and Smith helped me see the bigger landscape. Faith in America often mirrors the architecture of our society, beautiful in places, broken in others, and too often built to protect the already powerful. And once you see that, you can't unsee it. You start noticing how churches can pray for the lost overseas while ignoring the hungry across the street. You start noticing how folks quote scripture about personal salvation but go silent when the conversation shifts to housing or healthcare or violence against the marginalized. You start noticing how loving your neighbor got turned into a slogan instead of a policy. But here's where we can have some hope. The part that feels like good news even in all of this rubble. If faith helped build these divisions, faith should be used to dismantle them.